Hello aspirants, welcome to the daily editorial analysis brought to you by Shankar IAS Academy. Today 6 August 2024. These are the articles that we will be discussing. The first article, Reframing UCC and Dynasty to Invoking the Constitution. It is taken from the newspaper The Indian Express and comes under GS paper 2. In the second article, an obstinate refusal to focus on welfare. This article is taken from the newspaper The Hindu and comes under GS paper 2. Our first topic for the discussion is about Uniform Civil Code. Let us begin the discussion with a question. What is Uniform Civil Code? Uniform Civil Code is a proposal for a set of common personal laws for all Indian citizens. It covers areas of marriage, divorce, inheritance, adoption, and maintenance. Coming to the constitutional status, Article 44 of the Indian Constitution mentions about the implementation of or a need for a uniform civil code under the directive principles of state policy. Now we are going to see what are the arguments in favor of uniform civil code implementation. First one is equality. That is, the implementation of uniform civil code will ensure equal rights for all citizens in India despite their religion. And second one is it will empower the women's rights. That is, the uniform civil code will eliminate certain discriminatory practices existing against women. And the third one is the simplification done by the uniform civil code. That is it will reduce the legal complexities and the judicial burden. And the fourth one is about the promotion of national integration. That is, the uniform civil code implementation will promote unity and addresses cultural differences in India. And the fifth one is about the secularism. That is, through removing certain discriminatory actions based on religion, the uniform civil code implementation will lead to enhancing the principle of secularism in India, which is essential for a truly secular state like India. And the sixth one is about the judicial support. The Supreme Court, through various cases, has emphasized the need for the implementation of a uniform civil code. And the last argument in favor of uniform civil code is it is considered as a progressive laws because it will replace certain outdated laws and regressive personal laws. Now we are going to see what are the arguments against the implementation of uniform civil code. The first argument is related to the cultural diversity. That is, the implementation of uniform civil code might undermine the India's diverse culture and religion. And second one is related to the religious freedom. That is, the uniform civil code implementation has a potential to infringe on religious freedom. And the third one is about the practical challenges. That is, for the implementation of uniform civil code, we have to talk with a lot of stakeholders and it is a time consuming process. Therefore, implementation requires extensive consultation. And the fourth one is about the constitutional concern. That is, the implementation of UCC may violate the Article 25 of the Indian Constitution, which talks about freedom of conscience and the right to practice and propagate the religion. Now we are going to see what is the current status of uniform civil code in India. Coming to the Goa, it is the only state in India with uniform civil code, and that uniform civil code is there since the Portuguese rule. And other parts of India, the people are governed based on the personal laws. That is, different communities such as Hindu, Muslim, Jain, Buddhist, Sikh, Parsi, Christian, and Jew are regulated by personal laws. And the Hindu personal law incorporates some traditional practices, while the Special Marriage Act provides regulations for interfaith marriage. And the third status is about the political debate. That is, still the UCC is a major topic for discussion in India. Different political groups as well as different research communities also have different opinions related to this UCC. And the fourth one is about the Law Commission. The Law Commission of India has been tasked with examining the feasibility and implications of UCC. In its report, it highlighted the need for a comprehensive review of personal laws rather than one size fits all approach. Now we are going to discuss some key judicial interventions related to the Uniform Civil Code. The first case related to Uniform Civil Code can be Shah Bano case 1985. So the background of this case is Shah Bano is a Muslim woman. She sought alimony from her divorced husband, and she was divorced through the Muslim practice triple talaq. And in that case, the Supreme Court ruled that Ms. Banu is entitled to maintenance under the section 125 of the Code of Criminal Procedure, and it applies through all citizens irrespective of their religion. And this judgment had a huge impact in the nation. It sparked debate and it led to the enactment of Muslim Women Protection of Rights on Divorce Act 1985. And what is the significance of this case? This case highlighted the need for uniform civil code. And the next such case is Sarala Mudgal Case 1995. This case is related to a loophole in the personal law. That is, a Hindu man converted to Islam to marry a second time without divorcing their first wife. And this is exploiting the legal loophole. So the Supreme Court ruled that the court said such conversions and marriages as invalid, stating the religion cannot be used to manipulate the law. What was the impact? Here also the Supreme Court urged the government to implement a uniform civil code to prevent the misuse of personal laws. And the significance of this case, like we said, it exposed the loopholes in the personal laws. And another case related to this is Paulo Coutinho case 2019, and this case is related to the interpretation of Goa Civil Code, which is applicable to all citizens uniformly irrespective of religion. And in that case, the Supreme Court praised the Goa model as a successful UCC and encouraged the government to consider UCC for all India, and also reinforced the potential advantages of UCC in achieving legal uniformity and equality. And in this case, the Goa is the best example. With this, we are coming to the conclusion for this discussion. And with this understanding, try to answer this main question. Discuss the possible factors inhibiting India from enacting for its citizens a uniform civil code as provided for in the directive principles of state policy. This question was asked in the year 2015, and it is a 15 marks question, and you have to write around 250 words. Try to answer this question based on our discussion, and let us move to the next topic. Our second topic for the discussion is about the budget. Why it is in the news? Because recently the government of India faced criticism for reducing allocation for critical social welfare schemes. In this background, let us discuss the key highlights of the budget 2024. First, we will start with the nutrition and social welfare schemes. It includes Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, which guarantees 100 days employment for the rural people, but the budget allocation of this year was very less, and it raised concerns about the rural distress as well as wage stagnation. And second one is a food security scheme, that is National Food Security Act. It provides free food grains to two-thirds population, but the budget of this year got reduced to this National Food Security Act. And the third one is Saksham Anganwadi and Poshan 2.0. It is a nutrition program combines for both child and adolescent nutrition, but this year the budget allocation was less. And the fourth important program is Midday Meal Scheme. It played a key role in improving the nutrition and also improving the attendance of the school, but this year the budget was off. And the fifth important scheme is National Social Assistance. It provides monetary support to vulnerable groups such as widows, old age population, and differently abled people. But this year the allocation for this program is stagnant. And coming to the key sectors such as agriculture, the budget has provisions for releasing 109 new crops varieties, and also it looks to promote the natural farming and also establishes bio input resource centers, and the budget also supports vegetable farming and shrimp farming. And coming to the employment and skilling, this year the major focus of the budget was employment and skilling. So it provides 1 month wage for new formal sector jobs, and employment provident fund organization contribution reimbursement for new hires, and skilling and training for 20 lakh youth, and it also includes upgradation of industrial training institutes. Coming to the taxation, the new budget introduced new tax slabs, increased standard deduction, and reduced the tax rate for low income group, and it also reduced import duty on gold. And coming to the social welfare sector, the total budget allocation is 11.11 lakh crore, and it also looks for the implementation of the fourth phase of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana, and also looks for the development of industrial corridors and nodes development. Look at these illustrations. It talks about the major budget allocation of this year. In the year 2023-2024, the budget estimation for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act was 60,000 crore, but this year it is 86,000 crore. And coming to the Pradhan Mantri Jan Arogya Yojana, in the year 23-24, the budget estimate was 7,200 crore, but this year it is 7,500 crore. And coming to the production linked incentive scheme, in the year 23-24, it was 4,645, but this year it is 6,200 crore. And coming to the modified program for development of semiconductors and display manufacturing ecosystem, the budget estimate of the previous year was, that is 23-24, was 3,000 crore, but this year it is nearly double, that is 6,903 crore. And coming to the solar power grid project, in the year 23-24, it was just 4,970 crore, but this year it is 8,500 crore. It is almost double. And coming to the National Green Hydrogen Mission, in the previous year, the budget estimate was 297 crore, but this year it is double, that is 600 crore. And this illustration or this pie chart is talking about the income and expenditure of the government. So the rupee comes from shows the income, and the rupee goes to shows the expenditure of the government. So we should have an overall or general idea about the revenue and expenditure of the government. For example, the major source of the revenue is borrowing and other liabilities, that comes around 28% of the total revenue. And at the same time, you can see in the expenditure also, 20% of the government expenditure goes for interest payment on this borrowing and other liabilities. So this is a major expenditure and main source of income. And coming to the second most source of expenditure is state share of tax and duties. In that sense, the other two major source of revenue for the government is corporation tax and GST and other tax. So you should have a general idea, understanding about the expenditure and the revenue. With this, we are coming to the conclusion for this topic. So from this discussion, we can see the Union Budget of 2024 prioritizes welfare and inclusive growth, allocating substantial funds for social schemes, agriculture and infrastructure development. Key highlights include enhanced allocation for Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act, Pradhan Mantri Arogya Yojana and Saksham Anganwadi, along with the new initiatives for tribal communities and women empowerment. Tax reforms and MSME support aim to boost economic growth. Overall, the budget strikes a balance between social welfare schemes and economic growth. With this understanding, let us try to answer this main question, that is, examine the allocations made for key social welfare schemes and their potential impact on poverty reduction and social inequality. It is a 15 marks question and you have to write around 250 words. From our discussion, try to answer this question and give your feedback. With this, we are coming to the conclusion for today's editorial session. Before leaving this channel, don't forget to subscribe and also hit the bell icon and give your feedback as comment, and also share this content with your friends. Make the competition more healthy. Thank you. Have a nice day.